Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Luca.
Thanks for being here and taking part in a Future Landscape exhibition in Venice.
Thank you so much.
This is the third appointment of Borders Art Fair, and yes, we are really pleased to have you and to present your work today.
Thank you.
I would like that you introduce yourself first of all, and after we will discuss a little bit more about your work.
So my name is Joel Douek. I'm a British, born in England, and then I've lived all kinds of different places. Right now I'm living in Los Angeles. I'm a film and television composer, and some years ago I started doing visual art and sculpture as a way that I needed to express myself beyond music.
What about your materials and artistic research to bring your ideas to becoming an artwork?
Absolutely. So I don't use any paints in my work. I use raw metals, I use woods, usually reclaimed or recovered woods, and the reason for that is that I'm fascinated in the colors and the changes that happen through natural processes. And so as the artist, I really just try to influence, more like a facilitator, and sometimes accelerate natural processes of rust, and playing with ideas of change, things that change. Wood changes over time, metal changes over time, and they bring out these colors. But in my work I use a lot of gold.
In this case you are using...
I'm using 24 karat gold. And gold is gold, and so it never changes. You can apply aggressive chemicals or whatever, it stays completely intact and doesn't get touched. And that's kind of like a thread of continuity.
It's pure.
It's very pure. And then I play really mainly with abstract ideas, but I do like to hint at figurative, forms.
And the dark side is metal.
So this is pure steel. Yeah,
okay,
pure steel, pure metal. And then I apply the gold first, and then I apply the rusting chemicals. I use a variety of techniques to get more browns, more blacks, and then I basically just wash it off and the gold is still there. And then I apply an epoxy resin, and what that does really is cut off the oxygen supply so that the rusting process finishes.
The thing is that this kind of work brings up from our unconscious feelings,
Yeah.
A lot of things. You named it horses.
Yeah.
It's like a vision.
Yes.
I remember a lot, and working with cinema, David Lynch movies,
absolutely.
And so, yes, when you told me the first time this artwork is named Horses, but it's completely abstract, you drove me crazy, because I was starting to find them.
You start to look for them,
Because there is a story inside, but if you present immediately an abstract story, you stay more. Trying to enter inside the artwork and find deeper and deeper meanings.
And I think that's what we do as humans, is our minds and eyes and perceptual systems are all about trying to find patterns and trying to find shapes that we can recognize. And so even when we look at abstract art, we're still looking for something that we can recognize and hang on to. So I think in some sense there's no such thing as abstract, right? We're always going to make it something else. And this allows people to kind of have a way in and explore exactly what it might mean to them.
It's like a wave,
but also
shapes and meanings.
They can have their own meaning. That's something very important to me. Even in the music that I write, is not to try to manipulate people into feeling an emotion or seeing one particular thing over another. It's like you have the right to experience this the way you want.
You are presenting other artworks in this moment in Monaco Art Fair.
Yes, I just presented in Monaco. I presented a number of pieces that are from a series called Totems.
Okay.
And the idea is objects of power. They're still abstract, but what I use recovered wood that comes from the streets of LA, and that has elements of natural beauty. So imperfections that become beautiful. And then I apply this kind of technique with steel tubing and gold and things like that, and juxtapose the two. And it's just a lot of fun to do, and I'm exploring more and more things that come out of the wall in the sense of wall sculpture, and now also doing sculpture, in its own right.
You play with dimension too.
Exactly.
From 2 dimensions to the 3
So now I'm doing a lot of 3 dimensions. Right now I'm working on 3, fully 3-dimensional sculptures. Same techniques, steel and copper, and they're going to be 10 feet tall.
Wow.
They're for the Hollywood Sculpture Garden.
Okay,
and we'll see what happens with that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we will follow your work for sure.
I hope so. I hope so.
And, I hope to meet you in LA too.
Yes, you're always welcome. Please.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Luca.